Welcome to Real Life with Jenny. My name is Jenny Senapetaratna. Grab your favorite drink, get yourself a snack, and we will get started. Today I have a blueberry scone. I actually bought it yesterday. I went out for coffee with someone and I was like, I am going to use this for my podcast. So, blueberry scone ready to go. And it's been a year since we've been to Sri Lanka. And this is a tea that I drink when I'm praying for the church plants in Sri Lanka. It is Ceylon Superior. It is so good. It is so fresh. I don't know how to describe it. It is just so delightful. And I pray for a church plant every time I drink this tea. So super excited to be able to drink this today. So let's get real. I am not 100% sure what is happening in life right now. It has been crazy. I'm sure some of you are feeling the same thing. Like just feeling like my mind is going a million miles an hour and I am not catching up. Like this podcast used to be super simple. Like I did this podcast in my pajamas. Like it was super easy. And now all of a sudden I'm doing video form with it. And so now you can see this on YouTube. And I don't know where the camera is in this shenanigan of YouTube world. My husband said he'd tell me someday. We'll see if I ever figure it out. And it took something that was really simple that I was already, kind of stressed about every week and just made it even more complicated. Just super fun for me. So I have been spending a lot of time just trying to figure out my life. I'll be honest with you. Just trying to figure out, what do I want to do when I grow up? We're all at that point in life that you go, what do I want to do when I grow up? And I was in a hotel room a couple weeks ago, which is not uncommon. We're quite often in hotel rooms around the country, and then we go preach at the church on Sunday morning. So it's a Saturday night. It's 3 a.m. All right. Like I had a really good audiobook, so I didn't fall asleep till midnight because the audiobook was really good. And I have to tell you, like sometimes you just get caught up and you can't sleep. Anyway, was one of those nights. I fell asleep around midnight because the book ended. Around 3 a.m., I woke up. Like it was like full on, bing, here I am, I'm awake. And I don't like those kind of days. And I just felt the presence of the Lord in the hotel room. That's not uncommon either. Like God follows us wherever we go. Isn't that kind of neat? Isn't it neat that He follows us wherever we are? Like He is omnipresent. He is everywhere. And so we don't need to necessarily seek Him, although it's a good thing to do. He's always there. And His presence was so real at about 3 a.m. And He just kind of pressed something into my heart. And I wanted to share that with you. So I've talked about my daughter winning this scholarship, which is delightful and wonderful. And we're super excited about it. The one thing she was most excited about was going to Arizona. So I think they had over 600 kids go. 700 kids won the scholarship. Not everybody could obviously go to this because life happens, right? And so they had, I think, 600 kids there. And I say kids because they're all 17, 18-year-olds. They're all newly graduated, ready to live life. Just trying to figure out how to get through finals, kind of thing. So they bring all of these students down and they have 4 days of leadership training, and my daughter took notes. Like it was like a full thing for her. She was so excited. She learned so much. They taught them how to be leaders, how to navigate college, how to have balance in your life, all the things that I should probably have gone to the conference to. Like it was like a full, like maybe Jenny should have gone to this conference too. But they really did some great things, and they got to go to a water park. How much fun is that? Like they just had the time of her life. And she came home, she flew down there by herself. Oh, Mom was so proud, like got on the plane all by herself, got there, texted Mom when she got there, and Dad, of course. and just, like kept in touch a little bit, not a lot. We didn't hear much from her, which in our family, no news is good news. If you don't hear from us, that means things are going really well. And so that's kind of how we've set things up. Like if things are going super great, we don't call. So there is no worrying when people don't call. Even though we do like to be informed of what's going on, I try to remember to call when I'm at, I call my mom when I'm in the hotels. Anyway, so a couple days later, after she got home, the scholarship sent over 3,000 pictures of these 600 kids and their leaders. Like, it was an insane amount of pictures. I will be completely honest. I was like, what is going on? So, of course, I start scrolling through them, right? I'm just going through and I'm looking at them all, and all of a sudden I see Samantha, and I'm like, there she is. There's a picture of her. There's evidence that she was there. Now, this is the girl who has been going to camps since 3rd grade and has avoided the cameras like nobody's business. There is not proof of her being at many of those camps. She has avoided the videos, like every camp, like 2 or 3 camps a year, completely avoids the cameras. Like, we have no idea she's there. And all of a sudden, I'm going through Gates, and there she is. And there she is again. And I went through all 3,000, I think almost 4,000 pictures. Like, it was so many pictures of all of these kids that begin to all look alike. I was like, oh, they all look exactly alike. And I was going through, and I could find ones of her sitting in the crowd, of eating at lunch. I found one of her on the lazy river. It was just incredible. But one of them that I found was a picture of a notebook and just the hand. And it was a full page note, like the whole notebook was full of notes, and then just a hand with a pen. And I went, that's Samantha. Like, I knew it was her. And so she came, because she looked through them all, because she knew what she was looking for, right? Like, she knew where she was sitting, she knew who she was with, so she found herself really easily. And she was like, Mom, I can't believe you found all the same pictures. And that's what God woke me up with at 3 a.m. And of course, I took a screenshot of everyone. For those who are worried about it, I did take a screenshot of every single one of them, including one of like half of her face. I have like half of her face in a group of people. And it was just really fun to see her in her environment, and then her be able to tell me who everybody was and what they were doing at that time. And, do you remember what you were doing with that note taking? She's like, yeah, I remember exactly what I was writing at that time. And, just those kind of pieces, be able to hear her story a little bit more of things maybe she had forgotten to tell us, right? Yeah. Okay. Those parents out there nodding. Like, do you remember the days when you'd pick up your kid, which still happens, and you'd be like, okay, your first full week of school, how'd it go? What'd you do? Stuff. How was it? Good. What was your favorite part? Recess. Like, no information. You have no idea what's happening. When we first sent our daughter to speech therapy, she was 3 years old, and her backpack was bigger than her, and we did not understand what she was saying. Like, there was not many words we fully understood. And I loved, because the teachers would write notes in a notebook and tell us what she did that day. So we could prompt, like, oh, we heard that you used color crayons today. How did that go? And she'd be like, yeah, that's fine. Still got no information. So when you see pictures, it kind of prompted a little bit more conversation. Although now Samantha, like, forget about it. You're going to hear it all. And I love that about her. So I'm sitting in the hotel room, and God just like lays this on my heart. And I was like, okay, Lord, that's really great. Like, good reminder of your faithfulness and how you have shown up and done a miracle in our lives. Because this scholarship is a miracle in our life. Like, that's what I was thinking. And God just was like, no, Jenny, like, you're not getting the point. And I was like, okay, it's 3 a.m. and yeah, what's the like, Lord, try, not that I was upset. I was not upset, but I was like, Lord, what is the point then? Like, what am I supposed to be learning right now? Because I'm exhausted and I would like to go back to bed. And he gently just spoke to me and said, how often do you forget that I see you in the crowd? And I was like, every day I forget that you see me in the crowd and that you can pick out my hand in a journal, in a room full of 3,000 pictures. You can pick out my hand because you love me and you know me and you care about me. And he was like, that is what you need to remember, is that I could pick you out of the crowd too. You love Samantha, I love you more. And it was just such a beautiful reminder for me. Because quite often, we go to different churches every Sunday. We've been doing this for 20 years. And I am still nervous to walk into a church building every single Sunday. We were at a friend's church this Sunday. Like somebody that I've known for years. And they're not people that I'm scared of. I've been to their church a couple times. My husband's been there more. It just always happens to be on the wrong date and I don't get to go. But I'm sitting outside the church and I am nauseous. Like I am physically feeling ill because I'm so nervous about going into this church. Like, Jenny, this is what you do every week. But I was so nervous. And God just came back because that was that morning that he said that 3 a.m. And he said, remember, I see you. I love you. I am not watching you and taking care of you and laying things before you so things will be set up. And I took a deep breath and I said, Lord, I need you. I just need you. This is not something I can do on my own. This is not something that maybe you do eventually become immune to this and you aren't nervous stepping into a brand new church, even though it wasn't a brand new church, every single week. Maybe some of you are like, I do that every day, but I have to remember that God is going before me and that he sees me in the crowd. And I don't know who needs to hear that this week. I don't know who needs to hear that God sees you in the crowd. He sees you at Walmart with your screaming toddlers. He sees you when you are sitting outside of somewhere not sure that you want to go in. I remember the days that I would sit in the car and go, Lord, I need you to be able to step inside my workplace today because I need to be a better person. I need to be happy and joyful because that's who you've made me to be, and I'm not. Today I was at physical therapy. Oh, this is confession time. I was at physical therapy and my physical therapist was like, you seem better today. And I said, actually, I had an attitude adjustment before I stepped in the building. And she was like, well, that helps. And I said, I sat in my car and just said, this isn't going to be so bad. It's going to be fun. You can do this. And she was like, well, if that's what it takes. And I'm like, that's what it takes. 'Cause I just do not enjoy physical therapy. And so it was just an attitude check. And it was, I didn't talk to her about God because that's not where we are in our relationship. She knows that I'm a Christian, but it was just not the appropriate thing. I said attitude check. But really what it was is, Lord, I need you to help me be the best that I can be in this situation. And God sees me. And so as you're walking through this week, and you're feeling invisible, because some of you feel invisible. Some of you, maybe even though your life is out, you feel invisible. I almost put up on social media the other day, pray for your podcasters because they don't think people see them. Because you don't normally see me, right? Like you hear me, but you don't see me. And the Lord does. And so whatever you're walking through this week, I just want to remind you that God sees you in the crowd and he loves you and he's got a plan for you and he wants to walk alongside with you. Well, I hope that's an encouragement for you. I hope that you can just jump into that this week and realize that when you are out there and you're feeling scared and you're feeling alone, that God sees you and He can pick you out of a crowd. He can pick half of your face out of a crowd. He can pick your hand out of a crowd. He knows you that well and He loves you and He's looking for you. I think that's what's so interesting is I was going through those photos and I was looking for her. I was not looking for the other kids. I was not, like scrolling through going, oh, who could be my friend? Like that. I was looking specifically for her, and God is doing the same with you. He is looking for you. It says in the Bible, seek and we will find. Like, He is not hiding. He is not out there going, see if you can find me today. Ha ha ha. He is there waiting for you to seek Him and to just go, Lord, I need you. And He is there. He is there with you. Well, that is officially all I have for you this week. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook and on Instagram at Real Life with Jenny. Oh my goodness, it has been a long day, so I apologize. That is just where we are today. You can also support this podcast by going to buymeacoffee.com/reallifewithjenny. Really appreciate those who have supported that. It honestly has made such a huge difference for me. I just cannot even tell you. It has gone from, what am I doing this for, to, oh wow, people really are listening. This is great. So thank you for all of that support. You can also find all of my information at christconnection.cc/Jen. I think it's Jen or Jenny. You can use either. I believe both work. Things are changing and you just got to flow with it. And that's kind of where I am today. Well, I just pray that this week, God's seeking you. He is looking for you. He is scrolling through those photos trying to find you. So no matter where you are, what crowd you're in, and how alone you feel, God is there with you. You all have a great week.